All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Maddie, and I will be your dive guide for today. I would also like to introduce Laurent here, who will be diving with us as well today as a dive guide, and he will be sticking with us towards the back of the group, and I'll be at the front of the group since there's 15 of you and we see all of you. I want to see everyone looking at me for right now, as it's essential to the dive that you hear this briefing, and I want all questions answered. I want to double check that everyone's waivers are in here. If you haven't already handed them in to me at the dive shop, please do so now. When we are diving, you are head in charge of your safety. So, you need to communicate what you need to me or Laurent, and we will definitely help you. And today we will be doing our double tank. As y'all know, our weather forecast looks great. It's going to remain at 26 degrees, and there's little to no wind here today. So the current's great. We'll be doing a normal navigation dive, so not a drift dive. We'll be gearing up and then getting into the water. Once you're in the water, please hold on to the mooring line at the back of the boat, and we stay close together as a group. We will be diving turtle crossing today first. This is where we are located now, as you can see. And for our second dive, we'll be headed to Mandy's Eel Garden, back towards the resort beach. And once we're in the water, Laurent first and me last, we'll get oriented into our group circle, and then we will submerge to the bottom right here at 30 feet. So at the bottom, in your kneeling position, and you need to wait until the whole entire group there. If you're having trouble sinking, me and Laurent will be going around with weights and helping you to relax and get down to the bottom with everyone. So again, just make sure you're staying at the bottom waiting for the whole group. I don't mind if you're looking around that area together, but make sure that you can see me at all times and that you're waiting there at the bottom when I get down. Today our deepest depth will be going is 60 feet, and we do not have to worry about being narked at all at this depth, obviously. If you are feeling yourself rising, breathe out, and one of us will come and help you as soon as we can. On this dive, we have a great chance of seeing a moray eel, lionfish, trumpetfish, crab, maybe some nurse sharks, and 100% turtles. So just to go over those signs, we have our crab here, we have our turtle, we have our trumpetfish, our moray eel, and we have our pufferfish over here, and we have our shark, of course. Those are just some of the ones we might be seeing. The visibility is looking great, about 10 meters or so, so we should be able to see the whole group the whole time. Please stick with your dive buddy. Remember, this is get together with your dive buddy here. I want you to stay together in all times because there are a lot of you today, and I'm going to make sure no one gets lost. The site can get a bit busy with divers. It's really popular. So you need to make sure you're staying in the group and following my pink fins. We will be watching our deco the whole time, so if you don't have a computer, make sure you're sticking towards the front of the group and staying at my level the whole time. And if you need to look at my computer, just point and I will answer that question by showing you. We'll be navigating around the reef, in which point I will do our turn around and our stop and our pressure check. So remember numbers on your hand, so 2 and 000 for 2000 psi. We will then exit after 60 minutes of diving, and make sure you keep your mask on while you're removing your fins on the ladder. If you have any sort of injuries or just feel really uncomfortable doing this with the waves, then Wilfred, our captain here, will help you there. And we have our first aid kit, located on board under the main deck in the pit, which includes our pure oxygen. Our captain here will introduce Wilfred. He is first aid trained, rescue diving trained, and he's been working for our company for 15 years. So after we're done the dive, he can assist you at all. As well, if we have any problems, I will raise my flag during the dive and Wilfred will come and pick us up. After we're done our dive, we'll wait for everyone on board and we'll start to eat lunch. Lunch is provided on the boat for both vegetarians and meat eaters, which you would have filled out at the dive shop. There's fresh water cooler on board and reusable cups for you guys. And after 45 minutes of eating, we will head over to Mandy's Eel Garden, which is back by the resort. And when we arrive there, we will go over some basic safety reminders as it is a shallow dive. And after we are done that dive, we will be headed out at the beachway and walk 300 meters to the resort where the boat will be waiting for us so you can grab your personal belongings that you have on there. So we're going to get geared up here very shortly. So you need to make sure you have your BC mask, snorkel, fins, boots, computers if you have one, and very important, girls, you need to make sure you have your hair back. I use a buff. If you need an extra buff or a hair elastic, I can provide you with one for sure. Let's set up and see our BCs. So your BC, as you can see, is attached to your oxygen tank already. So what I'll get you guys to do is turn your valve all the way clockwise, so this way, all the way, and then turn it back just a quarter of a way back to counterclockwise. And if you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask at all. The three of us can go around and help you. And we'll be double checking your gear anyways before you guys get in the water. And then you will be helped to the edge of the dive board and you will do your one-step diver's plunge. If you need help remembering how to do this, just ask me. Make sure you are looking forward while you step in and you grab the moorings line as soon as you're in there. And lastly, before we get started, let's go over some safety signs to communicate. I also have my whiteboard for insurance, which I can write on, you can write on. So let's just go over the basics here. So we have going up, going down, I'm okay on the surface. And then we have our low on air, out of air, I'm sharing air. We have our turnaround. I will do this to stop you guys. This means we're taking a small break to check our PSIs with each other. And that is basically all we need. If you're having some troubles, this is I'm not feeling great. So I will tap my tank right before we ascend for our 5-minute safety stop, and after that we will get on board to our exit. So please have fun and stay safe, and any questions that you guys have can be asked at this time. Thanks.